G'day, this is Captainoob, and this is the Executioner's Combat Rifle. Something old, something new. So the new is the Executioner's Legendary Effect, that is new to Fallout 76. It's kind of like the opposite of the Instigating Effect, kinda. So you do 50% more damage when a target is below 40% health against the tankier enemies like the Scorch Beast. I believe this effect will get the most use out of, but against random mobs, we'll just have to see how we go. And the old is a combat rifle. This thing remains pretty much unchanged from its Fallout 4 counterpart. I do think the texture looks a lot better. It's a lot more shiny. We'll get to the attachments in a second, but we're doing 45 damage with this. That's funny because we're firing 45 ACPs, which are pistol cartridges, and it's still called a rifle. Never mind, let's just go ahead and give ourselves some perks to upgrade the damage. So Commando, Expert Commando, and Master Commando. We're not going to go with Bloody Mess today because we're going to be doing this as a VAT sort of build, so unfortunately we're missing out on a little bit of damage, but we're going to make up with that with Relentless VAT's criticals, and that gives us 72 damage. That's not too bad for a combat rifle, considering how easy 45s are to come across and make. Alrighty, getting into the attachments, and I'm pretty sure I have everything, even some of the prime stuff. So with the powerful auto receiver, we're doing 72 damage. We can increase that damage by an extra 2, and also that fires 44. It fires 44 Magnum Ultrasight rounds. Wow, that feels like a waste. Yeah, we're definitely going to be using this on a powerful automatic receiver, and there's a Scorch Killers receiver. You can unlock that, but that does heaps less damage. There's even an automatic 38 special receiver if you're feeling a bit shy on the old 45s, but that's what we're going with, and we're going for a stabilized build on the stock and the barrel, because this thing, despite firing tiny little bullets, it actually kicks quite a lot. So having a stabilized will increase our recoil control to the maximum. And basically what you've got is you've got the standard, stabilized, true, and aligned. So standard does really nothing, stabilizes for maximum recoil control, true is for hipfire accuracy and accuracy in general, and aligned is a little bit of a mixture between stabilized and long. So if you want to go to the middle of the road, I generally like to go aligned, but we need stabilized on this because this thing kicks like a mule. Stinging magazine will give us good armor penetration as well as a decent capacity. I think I could get better with this, but that will slow our reload down, so I won't do that. Reflex sight for using this thing in VATS, it will help out with AP usage, and a suppressor because all of those benefits that brings. Alrighty, instead of doing our usual warm-up over at Crevasse Dam, I'm going to go straight into West Tech. So we'll deal with these super mutants as quickly as we can, using our old Stealth Commando tricks, which has not been nerfed, which is great. Yeah, do whatever you want to two-shot explosive, but Stealth Commando is my baby. Leave Stealth Commando alone, Bethesda. In fact, nothing to see here, Bethesda. Right now you're seeing perfectly normal gameplay. Seeing combat rifles drop super mutant warlords almost instantly is nothing out of the ordinary. You haven't seen anything. Just go about your daily lives. So yeah, with each kill we get even more damage due to adrenaline, which probably doesn't look all that impressive if we check out the weapon card whilst I do a little bit of a reload. Yeah, at 94 damage, hardly anything impressive, but when you add crits into the mix, that's when you get this thing really going. Oh, it's a legendary suicider. Good stuff. Unfortunately, it's a little bit foggy right now, and that is messing with my visuals a little bit. And even with the stabilized stuff, you can still see there's a little bit of recoil going on here. If I aim this thing, just say at this wall so you can see, there's a lot of bouncy on the weapon when you actually shoot stuff. So, for that, it's a little bit unpredictable, and it's magnified when you haven't got the stabilized stuff on, because the gun muzzle will bounce around like that, all unpredictable. So yeah, I definitely recommend chucking the stabilized stuff if you have it on, but if you want to hipfire this thing exclusively, you can probably just get away with using the true receiver and all of that. You do get a nice zoom in with a reflex sight though. Using ground pounder, we can make up for our relative lack of hipfire increasing parts, just with the perk obviously. And even on the move, whilst hipfiring this thing, it's actually pretty good. We'll go for a critical on you, and not really seeing much of a difference on these kills. I guess we're doing a little bit more damage when we do that, but as you can tell, we're killing them so fast with just Stealth Commandoing that we're not really seeing anything out of the Executioner's effect whatsoever. But still, that's just basically a combat rifle, and you can do that with it. So next thing you know, Bethesda are going to nerf combat rifles. So here's my gear. Stand fast, kind of self-explanatory there, and a whole bunch of chameleon stuff that is also shadowed. And yeah, we're being very, very sneaky here. That guy was somehow resisting our sneak attack criticals, but we'll keep going. For some reason, he was in a state of running away all the time, which is not great, and we killed that guy after shooting him for like a second. So yeah, this thing definitely doing well, and taking the subtle approach means we kind of have to hunt these guys down unless we go into danger, which I kind of don't want to, because I'm saving a lot of bullets doing this just by killing these guys. There's another legendary who is also a coward. That happens quite a lot. That's been a glitch for quite some time, actually. Even though we ran the mag dry, he still died mid-reload, so there you go. And we'll just hip fire this bloke. Too easy so far for the combat rifle. The mighty combat rifle. You don't need two-shot explosive weapons to do a lot of damage. You just get yourself set up with an automatic weapon and a build which allows you to stay hidden a lot, then you're pretty good. And even without being hidden, well, we did slip back into caution just then, but yeah, we can still do a fairly decent amount of damage provided we've got ourselves dosed up on adrenaline. There you go, there's a little bit of medium range, if you could call it that, but yeah, just tapping the trigger sometimes is a good idea to retain your accuracy, because the gun does like to bounce up on you, but it's not much of a problem, especially at this sort of ranges. Stacking many kills very fast, again, will give us even more damage to deal with our next targets, and the trick is just to keep that whole adrenaline run going. I kind of wish there was like a screen indicator of the adrenaline perk in action. Although I do need to watch my bullets a little bit more, because I'm running into a lot of situations where I start shooting at a guy, then switch to reload. Because this thing, despite the stinging magazine giving you a better capacity, it only has 25 bullets in it. Now compared to the handmade rifle, that has 35 bullets in its stinging magazine, which is quite a bit more. Even still, we're doing well enough to not really get shot at all, which, yeah, Stealth Commandos, they can basically profit off all of the stim packs they get from looting dead enemies, because there's plenty to be had when you're not getting shot yourself, and sometimes they just drop heaps of cool stuff, like all of this Radaway. That's worth selling, and I think we're... Oh, hang on. There's a couple of dudes around here that I missed. See, this is the little bit of a drawback of being super stealthy, is that you'll miss enemies because you don't really present yourself as a threat, and they won't flock around you, but we'll find them. Like this guy, he's just staring headlong into a wall, so we just knock him in the head. Probably could have just gotten away with two-shotting him there, but it's nice to keep those extra bullets going if you don't suspect you'll get the kill. Yeah, all of the legendary guys who are running around like they're fleeing, they're kind of immune to sneak attack criticals. That guy, still in caution, he's shooting at where he thinks I ought to be, which apparently is there, and he dies very quickly after we get that reload in. We'll go over to this wing of the area now. The good thing about having a combat rifle of the automatic variety in this area is that you're not really penalized by the suppressor in terms of range. We've really got a range of about 160, which I think is the same for the handmade rifle. Again, shooting smaller bullets would, I think, lead to less range because the mass doesn't really have that much velocity or weight behind it to keep it going, if I'm ballisticking right. So yeah, I feel like the handmade rifle should be a little bit more better at range than the combat rifle, but who am I to question Bethesda's excellent weapon balancing? Who am I to question why a 45 ACP, if I'm shooting it crouched, it will do more damage than an explosive 50 cal shot? Who even knows? So again, there's a situation of a cowardly legendary guy. He'll just keep on running, so you kind of have to chase him down, which is annoying sometimes because you do get stuffed. But if you can chase him down, activate that crit spam and kill him like that, you can kill these guys very easily. Fortunately, he did lead us into some of his friends, which is good. So we'll keep on going with this. That guy's only got a board. We'll take him out very easily indeed. Still in caution, which means there are yet more super mutants about. There's one. Still more around. See, at least we've got an indicator of where these super mutants might be. Once we go back into hidden, then we'll be right. But until then, we'll just stay crouched, sneaking around, only getting up momentarily for little sprints across the room if we feel like it. And if we do get spotted, we'll probably just like stealth ourselves up again using Escape Artist and Chameleon Armor, and then we'll be right to go once again. I heard another one. Was that up there? I suppose throwing a grenade would be a good idea. Yeah, not getting the... Ah, there he is. He is above me. I think he's in this room. And there is also another one that I missed back there. And in danger, we definitely saw that little bit of executioner's damage increase there, just at the very last second. It seemed to do quite a bit of damage to him too. So even tanky ass super mutants, they can fall well to the executioner's legendary effect, I suppose. And where is this fellow? Alright, he's just poking his head through a door. We'll just open that with a button. Shoot him a little bit. He must have been that super mutant overlord that we missed before. No, there's still a couple more.
Run away!
And of course, last but not least, the one that I kill last is yet another super mutant who's decided he's going to just run away from me instead of fighting. So, very cowardly super mutant there. But we'll chase him down and we'll kill him. And if we're back into hidden, yep, we've successfully cleared this place out with no real bad injuries, I suppose. We did get hit a couple of times due to some stray fire, but that's nothing that a good old Stimpack can't handle. So if we go and loot the bodies, we'll make a pretty good profit here. Alrighty, let's annoy ourselves some ferals and see what we can do in a situation where we've got a bunch of zombies charging at us. Holy shit, the fat ass is out already. And, ooh, they've activated teleporting powers. We are in danger now, so we'll just quickly get ourselves out of this situation by killing these guys. And then we're going to back off a little bit. Back into crouch. Back into caution. Stay back, you bastard. Okay, not a great start. We had a ghoul teleporting in our faces, and then that happened. I guess that other player that's sitting there aggroed them. But regardless of that, we can easily stealth commando these guys when they run outside of the door. Have they lost sight of me? No, we're still in danger, slipping out of it. Slipping out ever so slowly. I don't hear anything stomping around at the present moment, so looks like we're okay to go. And we're back into the T-posing ghouls. They're trying to assert their dominance by T-posing. And I hear a bunch of rad roaches, so that's not good. I think it was the rad roaches that were detecting me. They sometimes aggro the ghouls, which means you won't get sneak attack crits on the ghouls, which lowers your damage output by quite a bit. Take out that guy before he goes around the corner. And with all of our adrenaline damage, we should be able to easily kill that guy. Ooh, yes, I love that VATS glitch. Yeah, don't activate the VATS accuracy until I'm like 3 seconds into the VATS thing. I like how that happens for 76. Regardless of that, we still managed to kill that guy without him getting a hit. And now, apparently we're in danger. Are we? I guess we're doing this much damage without sneak attack criticals? Okay, now we're in danger. And normally I'd target their faces when I hit down on the scroll bar, but I guess we're just targeting limbs today. And are we done? We'd have to check upstairs. I feel like that wasn't a lot. Okay, we're still not through with all of these ghouls. We're back into danger. So these ghouls are actually surprisingly more perceptive than super mutants, which is supposed to be like a human evolution thing. Does it actually remember which limb I targeted? Is that what's going on here? If that's so, then I'm always going to target the head and I won't have to scroll up anymore, which means my muscle memory... Ooh, it does as well. How come Bethesda didn't tell us about that? What is it with Bethesda not letting us know what's happening with the patch notes all the time? We want to know shit, alright? We don't like being omitted to. And I think that is about clear for the ghouls here. Got hit a few times. I think it was because of that, probably a bad start by that teleporting ghoul, but regardless of that, we cleared out these guys with relative ease. Yeah, not too bad from the Executioner's combat rifle. We didn't really see any of that Executioner's effect in action there, simply because these guys were basically getting one-shotted anyway. But anyways, we did pretty well. We'll move on to some big monsters now. We can actually see that effect in effect. Alrighty, we'll kill Swan as fast as we can. We've got a crit ready to go. And you'll have to have pretty good reflexes to see that, but his health did go down a lot quicker when he was below 40% health there, so I guess it's doing some pretty good work. He had a fishing rod at him. I've just killed the fisherman's version of Swan. Poor bastard. Okay, we'll move on to some crabby dudes. Alrighty, so we've got a bit of rain going on. If it's anything like it is back in Fallout 4, we can actually use that rain to our advantage, because as we can see quite fine, the enemies can't. So yeah, there you go. Maybe the rain sounds of it hitting the ground is muffling our footsteps, according to them. I'm not really sure. Alrighty. So far so good. Haven't had an appearance of the glowing Mirelurk King yet, unless I killed him before without realizing it. Is that it? Is that... Oh, there's another glowing one there. Got ourselves into caution for a second there. We've got a good old plasma grenade to throw out and summon the Queen. Reload before we do that. As loud as ever, Queenie. And yep, decimated her very, very quickly. Yeah, who needs two-shot explosive when you've got a basic combat rifle, eh? Oh yeah, I forgot about this lad. Now he's dead. Okay, looks like the weather is just continuing to be foggy. I do apologize for that, but whatever. We're gonna kill a Scorch Beast. Hopefully we'll get... Wow, we're instantly in danger from that? Yeah, right. I think... What? I'm wearing chameleon armor, 2 ranks in sneak, and... Okay, you're landing. Fine, whatever. I'm gonna shoot you now. Oh, I'm not really in danger. They went... Okay. It's just something... It's just a bug. Nobody panic. It's just a bug. I was doing sneak attack criticals despite being in danger, but I was in caution. Thanks, Fallout 76. Okay, Bethesda, here's an idea. How about fixing the game of dumb fucking bugs before trying to target stuff that the players do? Alright, another Scorch Beast. Let's see how we go against him. This one won't be infused with sneak attack criticals because I just spawned into a bunch of Scorch dudes on my own. I couldn't even run into the glass cavern without a Scorch Beast attacking me. And you know, if you load in too fast, you don't gain player control until like 5 seconds after you've loaded in, which is really fucking annoying, by the way. So yeah, we can still do well, I guess, if we just use Escape Artist to go back into caution, allowing us to do more sneak attack criticals. And yeah, that damage difference when you proc the Executioner's legendary effect there, that is massive. That is huge. So yeah, probably decent against the Scorch Beast Queen. If you had a 3-star Executioner's one with like 15% more crit damage or like Vat's enhanced legendary effect, I'm sure you'd do very, very well with this thing, even against the Queen. Alrighty, one last Scorch Beast fight. Just gotta kill the gun zombie first, or in this case he was a knife zombie, but still, having the autonomy to use weapons, and they're still boring like zombies. Ooh, nice! He just completely regenerated all of that. And then we didn't hit him in VATS at all, despite we were having like a 95% chance of doing that. So, you know, that's cool. Alright, so any minute now we should have Born Survivor proccing. There she is. And now we can just... yeah. Okay. This game is being very temperamental right now. On one hand, I can sneak and hide from super mutants that are like 2 steps away from me, but no, Scorch, the ones who have had their minds ruined by some sort of fungal infection that takes over their brains, they can see me from a mile out. Whatever, game. You win this round. I've had enough of you. I'm going to call it a video there. Also, I'm invisible. This is another bug that they haven't fixed. What a dumb bug, right? Alright, so that was the Executioner's combat rifle. It did alright. I'm a little bit salty right now, so thank you for watching, guys. If you want to buy this thing, let me know.